Welcome back, Odooers. Here at Stealthywood, we're hosting an interior design conference and expecting a great turnout. Today, we're going to use the Odoo Events app to automate emails with our attendees. With a large guest list, managing communications manually or through spreadsheets can be pretty time consuming and error prone. With Odoo, we can streamline registrations with automatic follow ups and easily manage our guest list. So, no chit chat, let's see how this works. Here I am on the main Events app dashboard. Let's start by automating some communications with our attendees for our interior design conference as we talked about before. All right, so here we are. And first, let's click into our communications tab. So this is where we find any scheduled communications between our company and our event attendees. By default, and this is kind of the nice thing, Odoo automatically adds these two nice little event reminder email communications when it's created. Attendees get an email reminder, as you can tell, 3 days before the event and 1 hour before the event. We can always delete or modify these, but I'm actually going to keep these. So to start, I'm going to create, and in this case, it's going to be a registration confirmation communication. And this one's going to be a mail. So we start by selecting add a line, and then we have the option to create predefined messages right here by selecting our nice little mail or SMS option over here to the far left. So for this communication, it's going to be an email reminder, so we're going to leave it set to mail. Heads up, by the way, if you want to send SMS text messages, you need to have an IAP account activated with the proper credentials and enough credits to send text messages. So with that out of the way, next we can select a message from a list of pre-configured templates. I'm going to let that load up. There it is right there. Registration confirmation. We can also create one on the fly if we would like to. Okay, so with this set in place, this will send an email to our attendees right after they register. But I want to send this confirmation immediately after they register. So in order to do that, I'm going to leave the interval set right here to 1, but then I'm going to change the unit over here to immediately. Boom, 1 immediately. Finally, we're going to set the trigger over here. And we have a few options actually, but for ours, it's going to be after each registration because that's when we want it to be sent. Now, as soon as a user registers for our design conference, a registration confirmation email will be sent to that attendee immediately. Awesome. That's it. We just configured a new communication for an event directly from the event form. So up next, I want to take a look at who's coming to the actual conference for interior design. So we're going to manage the list, and we're also going to add any attendees if we kind of need to. So I'm going to click, as I just said it, attendees, our nice little smart button up at the top. This shows us a list of all of our attendees and their contact information and quite a lot of other bits of information. But don't worry, we just announced this show, so this list is going to get much bigger in the next few days. Trust me. So I actually invited our upholstery supplier, Audrey Peterson, over the phone, and they're excited to come. So I actually need to manually add them. So to do that, I'm going to select new over here up at the top. Okay, perfect. We're in a blank attendees form. So the event already populates for our event field, saving us time, go figure. So our guest is an existing contact, which is great news for me because since she's already in our system, I just need to select Audrey Peterson over here for our attendee. So that'll make it kind of nice and easy. But actually, I'm just realizing now I created a small little doopsie. I wanted to put it in the attendee name, but we don't even have to do that. We actually just go over here and select Openwood, Audrey Peterson. Perfect. So once that I do that, you can see Odoo actually saved me time. I didn't have to manually type them in over there. We've got an email, we've got a phone number, we've got everything. And since Audrey is our supplier, we can already see that the company name over here is going to be Openwood, as we saw over here on the right. So next, I need to specify the ticket type. Since she's going to be my guest, I think it would be a good idea to get them a pretty decent one. So I'm going to select the free one right there. Everything looks good, and lastly, I'm going to hit save. All right, after a little bit of time, would you look at that? As soon as we had Audrey registered, and we gave that a quick little refresh, Odoo sends her a nice communication email letting her know that she's been registered for the event. And it's the communication that we configured earlier. Isn't that great? All right, let's go back to our list of attendees by selecting the breadcrumbs, which today is Wonder Bread, because you're wonderful. And we can also confirm attendees registration directly in the list view by clicking, if we wanted to, if we select someone, mark as attending over here on the far right. So Audrey recently confirmed her attendance over the phone, so let's mark her as such by making sure that she's visible so that you know I'm selecting the right person. And we select mark as attending. Perfect. Right there. So now if we check our nice little status column over here, we see that Audrey's registration has been confirmed for us. Isn't that great? So now I actually just got an email from Beth. She has to cancel her registration because of a scheduling conflict. Apparently, she has a wedding in the family to attend. Can't really blame her for that. So to cancel her registration, we're actually going to go find her. And there we go, right there, perfect. So we just said it was Beth, and we only have one Beth right here. So we just select cancel for them. Just like that, removes her from the list. If I need to see any canceled registrations, I would just remove our nice little filter that we have up here at the top first. And there we go. Boom. Look at that right there. There you have it, Odooers. We learned how to automate attendee communications, manage the guest list, and add participants, which means confirming registrations and canceling attendees who can't make it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.